All right, we are apparently live. So let me finish setting up some stuff real quick. There we go. All right, so I got both chats up where I can see it. And all righty. We appear to be good to go. If you haven't been to one of the Maru-dai streams for a while, thank you for coming by. Let's see, we are at our starting point, 2 and just under a half Maru-dai mirror widths. So we'll see how far we get. Haven't done this in a while, so let's see if I can remember how to do this braid. All right, so we go in pairs, and we have 4 on each side that are the cross pieces. All right. So if I remember right, we go from the outside bottom to the inside top, outside top to the inside bottom, outside bottom to the inside top, and outside top to the inside of the bottom, out to in, and out to in. All right, so our color scheme is the way it's supposed to be, where we are in color matching pairs. So we got yellow, 2 whites, 2 blacks, 2 blues, though they're actually paired up in this, 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 and this. And it's the same on this side here. And then we go from the out to the in. We go from the right side to the left, and from the left side to the right. We have to make sure to always pull this snug here, or our tension is not even. And there we go. That's one time through the braid pattern. I'll make sure these are separate. I'm using a 3D printed Marudai top that I did out of ABS. It was a little rough after sanding, so I painted it with some acetone, and it's reasonably slick enough, but not overly slick. They don't move overly easily, but they move enough that I'm not having to like scrape them to get them to slide. Alrighty, so we go pair these up a little bit better so I know where I'm going to be going. I go from the outside to the inside. Inside being this center line, outside being the outer edge. Outside to inside, outside to inside, outside to inside, out to in, and out to in. Our colors are still in pairs, so I probably did that correctly. Spread these apart a little bit, make it easier. And out to in, and out to in. Hold that snug. Reposition just a little bit. And another way that I know I'm doing it right is when I go from out to in, where I place it, if I jump over one, there'll be a color match. So out here to in here, jump over one, I got a color match. Out to in, jump over one, I got a color match. Out to in, jump over one, I got a color match. And at the end, though, I don't have anything to compare it to because there's nothing there. But, oops. I think I grabbed the wrong ones. Let's see. All right. Yes. So these are the outside ones. Out to in and out to in. So there we go. We got our color matches. If anybody has any questions they would like to ask, feel free. I'm happy to chat about whatever. Alrighty, but I will keep going on this. I'll just keep checking over the chat every so often, see if there's anything that anybody wants to say. Let's see how many people we have watching on Rumble. We've got about 3 people on YouTube And just refresh Rumble real quick. One on Rumble. So we're about 4 people. That's pretty decent for this time of morning. Hey, Jennifer, welcome. Good to see you on. Doing pretty good. No headaches. Plenty of rest. Went to bed early last night, so getting a lot of sleep has helped a lot. So, all right. So, out to in. Whoops, did not do the crossovers. Those are definitely vital. So, left to right, or whoops. I start doing right to left, and then go left to right for this particular one. I don't think it makes a major difference. Not something you're really going to see on the finished braid, but trying to keep consistent does help so that you don't make accidental mistakes. By definition, mistakes are accidental, so I'm apparently a member of the redundancy department of redundancy today. All right, outside to in, 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 and outside to in. Spread these out a little bit so we got a more even spacing. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug for the tensioning. Hey, welcome, Gwendolyn. I'm not sure I've seen you before. Let me do a close-up of the pattern so you can see it. Welcome to the stream. All right. So let's see if I can get the autofocus a little better. There we go. So this is the pattern. All right, now let's focus back on the Maru-dai top. I think we're good there. Alrighty. So out to in, 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 and out to in. I always have a little harder time on the far side for me to get the space looking a little more even. Alrighty. And left, right to left, and left to right. And pulling even for the tensioning. Thank you, Jennifer. I like this one too. I think I might do it in a couple other color patterns, but this is what I could get in the way of DMC floss when I was ready to start this one. Craft stores tend to not keep the level of DMC floss on hand that I tend to need if I'm going to be doing a lot of braiding, 1 or 2 patterns, and I tend to no longer have sufficient matching colors to do what I would like to do and the colors I'd like to do. There we go. I should probably just set up an account with DMC proper and order it that way. Alrighty. And right to left, and left to right. Pull that snug. Thank you, Gwendolyn. I appreciate the subscription. I hope that I provide the content you're interested in. I'm going to have a takadai braiding stream for Ian Runkle's Braid later today, probably about 7 p.m. Eastern time. And out to in, 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 and out to in. Even those up just a little bit. And spacing on these a bit better. And right to left. And left to right. Pull that snug. part of my issue with this pattern where I'm not quite as fast as I'd like to be is one of the moving this direction colors is also the side cross piece here. So I have to make sure I'm not accidentally grabbing from the wrong section of the mirror when I'm doing this. Let's see. I think I missed the context for that. I'm sorry. I'm a bit delayed, and I don't always catch what exactly the comment is in regards to. I apologize for that. Oh, yes, that makes sense. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little slow this morning. Different color pattern would definitely make it easier. Once I got the hang of it, I just have to be very careful and look at exactly where I'm pulling from. So sorry for not catching that first time around. Like I said, I'm a little slow this morning. And out to in, 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 and out to in. Being a little slow because I'm paying more attention to the pattern because I don't want to screw it up that I'm not paying attention to other things I should be paying attention to. Eventually I'll get it. Probably need a bit more caffeine though. And right to left and left to right. And out to in, 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 and out to in. I got much better with this pattern once I realized how to do the color matching. It lets me know when I'm pulling from the wrong area and making a mistake. And right to left, and left to right. Pull that snug. Oh, ordering directly from the company. Yeah, problem is I probably would have to set up a big account, and I'm not really set up to purchase that much at the moment. I'm kind of facing that issue with the fact that I have a plastics company injection mold these for me. I own the mold that I do that with, and I'm trying to get figure a way to get the per unit cost down enough that they're easy to sell. Because right now I got to do like a minimum of $8 each on them to be able to continue to keep making them and not lose money on it. And that's pretty difficult to do because a lot of people want to do less. Some people like wood, and it's a bit of a jump for some people to get into this hobby. So I did the cross pieces. So out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug. And even that up a little bit. Out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug. Even up a bit, and out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Let's pull that snug. And let's see, nobody chatting on Rumble. I'm trying to promote Rumble a bit, so, but I'm happy that you guys watch on whatever platform you like. The fact that you're here makes my day better. And out to in, 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 out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug, even up, and out to in, 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 and out to in. Let's move it up a little bit. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug, and out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Hold it snug, and out to in, out to in, out. Out to in, out to in, out to in, and out to in. Yeah, sometimes some of the strands get wrapped around each other over the edge of the mirror, and if you pull and you're not careful, you might pull more than you're expecting. So, good feedback response from touch is definite skill in this regard. And right to left, and left to right, and pull it snug. And some of these are getting close to the Maru-dai mirror top, so I need to lower them down, so I'll unroll them a little bit. There we go, on that side. Okay, and we're ready. The cross ones are done, so out to in, 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 and out to in. Even those up a little bit. And right to left, and left to right. Pull those snug, and out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull that snug. And out to in, 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 and out to in. I realize it's a rather repetitive mnemonic, but that's kind of what my brain does when I'm doing this. Make sure I'm doing it the right way. And left to right, and right to left. Okay, all right, let me catch up real quick here. Do this one first. Thank you very much. Appreciate you stopping by. And if you get a chance, come back on the evening when we're doing the takadai stream. The circle with the notches is how I got started, so no shame in that. If you get a Marudai, main thing I would recommend is making sure that the top is not too slick or too rough. You want the threads to slide. People tend to prefer lighter color woods as opposed to darker because it's a little easier to see most of the threads on it. And what else was there? If you're going to be doing like no more than like 24 tama, a 10-inch Maru-dai is really good. If you're going to be doing a lot of 32 tama braids, you'll probably want to go with a 12-inch mirror. Alrighty. And quick check for the Rumble rant, see if there was anybody commenting there. Nope. Do get people watching, but nobody feels like talking, which is perfectly fine. Alrighty. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull that snug. And out to in, out to in, out to in. Out to in, out to in, and out to in. Left to right to left, and left to right. Oh, no worries on interrupting. I'm happy to answer as I go along through. That gives me a little variation than just repeating the same things over and over again. So no worries on that. I appreciate all the conversation I get. And all right, out to in. Excuse me. Out to in, out to in, out to in, out to in, and out to in. And I apparently made a mistake there. Because my, excuse me, my colors are, I am so sorry. My colors are not matching. So let's go ahead and reverse what I did. So into okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay, so it's black, blue, yellow and white, yellow, white, black, and blue. All right, so let's try this again. Out to in, color matching there. Out to in, color matching here. Out to in, color matching there. Out to in. Nope. Ah. Out to in. That was the problem. There, I grabbed the wrong set of colors. Out to in and out to in. All right, so now I have the color matching. I know I did that one right. And my problem was I was reading the pattern wrong and pulling the wrong colored strings over there. Which is why I said the color matching helps a lot, and knowing that I wind up with pairs of colors at the end. So left to right, or right to left, and now left to right. There we go. And let's try this again. Out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. One of the skills I do have at a fairly decent level is pattern recognition. So if I can get what the patterns are supposed to be, that makes braiding a lot easier for me. And just quickly check the Rumble rants. Nope, nobody chatting there. And we got 4 people watching on Rumble. Welcome, welcome. Alrighty. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug, and out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug. Spread those out a little bit more so they don't get potentially bumped over each other and I lose where I am with that. Alrighty, and out to in, 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 and out to in. We're getting a little close to needing to roll down some more tama. Right to left and left to right. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull that snug. Just recenter it a little bit in the center of the hole. The other advice I have for working with a Marudai is to do, depending on what you're doing, is try and do as much over the top type action as opposed to lift up and around if you can avoid it. Some patterns don't let you, others do. The ones that do let you do it, they tend to be much more consistent even if you're able to reliably do that. Let's drop some of these tama. Once they're done, I have to make 2 sets of moves, and all of them will be exchanged, and then I'll be able to do the far sides without having to reach over to the far side. There we go, and out to the inside, out to in, out to in, out to in, out to in, and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Even the tension out. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. And alrighty, let's drop some of the tama on this side since they all seem to be high. This particular one, because I don't have like the notches to hold things tight, I do need to pull, or the tension on the pattern doesn't happen right. It's loose and uneven, and the braid structure is kind of a lot more mushy than it should be. Depending on the books or instructions you have, they'll usually have something along the lines of needing to tension it. Give me a second and I'll bring the braid back up and around so I can show what I'm talking about. Okay, so this at the very start of it, let's adjust that so you can kind of see how like this is a little bulgy here and it's not a consistent even width. This is when I wasn't having the tension done every move or every other move. The back and forth, there's enough looseness that I can actually miss like every other one, or maybe only do every third one and pull and still keep it consistent. I do it every time. That way, if I miss one, it doesn't mess it up. And pulling on the side gives it this nice even width as it goes along. Eventually, after some washing and manipulation, it'll probably even out. Like this will probably eventually, moving around, it'll even up. But when you first do it, I try and keep it as consistent as it can so that it doesn't have to do a lot of manipulation to get it to even out. Because you don't know if anybody's ever going to actually do enough moving it around over time to get it to look better. And if you're giving it or selling it, you want it to look nice and professionally consistent. So that's what I try and do. And we're getting close to the time where I need to raise the weight bag up, which will let us see how much we've done since the start of the stream. Let's get that back into resolution. There we go. I specifically did not get an autofocus camera for this because moving my hands across and everything would go in and out of focus over and over again, and that would just be really annoying. So that was why I did that. And there are some braids that, as I reread through your question, that you don't really want to pull as you're going along, because the weights themselves give you your tension. As a matter of fact, on some of the braids, or most braids, you tend to want your counterweight bag to be about half the total weight of all your weights around the edge. But if you want a much tighter braid structure, you'll have a lighter counterweight, because instead of like being kind of like a loose like that, they'll be much tighter pulled, as the counterweight doesn't pull it down. If you want a looser braid structure, you'll have a heavier counterweight, and then the threads come together more like this, and it's a looser, lighter structure. It just kind of really depends on the type of braid you're braiding, and the instructions should give you an idea. A lot of the books that I have give the amount of counterweight you should have relative to your total weights. So they'll just like explicitly say how much you're supposed to have for your counterweight bag. But you can play around with it. If you want a tighter structure, do less in your counterweight. You want a looser structure, do more in your counterweight. I hope that wasn't too technical. Alrighty. Or random or confusing. And out to the inside, out to in, out to in, out to in, out to in, and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull that snug. And even those up a little bit. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull that snug, and even up a little bit, and out to in, 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 and out to in. Right to left, and left to right. Hold snug. Woohoo! Glad I was helpful. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull that snug, and out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Hold snug, and even up, and out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug. Open up just a little bit. and out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Snug. And out to in, out to in, out to in, out to in, to in, and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. And these tamas need to be dropped a little lower. There we go. And it's probably time to raise the bag up. So I'll do that real quick so we can see how much we've done since the start of the stream. There we go. Alrighty, so we had just under 2.5. So there's 2, and so we have done this much braid since the start of the stream. This one actually does go pretty fast. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug. And even those out a little bit. And out to in, 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 and out to in. Center that up in the hole just a little bit. And left to right, and right to left. Snug. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Snug. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Remember, these need to be far apart. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And left to right, and right to left. pull it snug, and out to in, 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 and out to in. Right to left, and left to right. And pull it snug. And pairs and pairs. And out to in, 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 and out to in. Oops. I pulled from the wrong one somewhere. Okay, so back here. Back here. And back there. I hate it when I do this. All right, so these and these. All right, so colors are set. Nothing's crossing over the middle. That way I know I've backed up a complete move. All right, so out to in, out to in. Color jump is correct. And out to in. Color jump is correct. Out to in. Correct. Out to in. And out to in. There we go. And right to left. And left to right. Center that up a little better. And out to, okay, out to in, 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 and out to in. Looks right. Be consistent, go from the right to the left, and then from the left to the right. Pull it snug. Yeah. We're getting close to an hour, so I'll probably be wrapping it up in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So if anybody has any questions or anything they'd like to know, please feel free to ask, and I will do my best to answer. And all right, so out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull that snug. And out to in, 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 and out to in. and right to left, and left, whoops, left to right. That's what I was talking about, where you occasionally snag one and you pull more than you want to. Just need to pay attention and not pull too hard too fast. And it's usually not an issue. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull in snug. Smooth those out a bit more. And move these pairs to where they should be. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug. And out to in, 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 and out to in. I need to drop this a bit lower or raise the chair up somehow, because this is not the best angle for my back, unfortunately. And right to left, and left to right. Pulling snug. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Let's pull it snug. Set it up just a little bit more in the hole. And let's put two together. Out to in, 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 and out to in. Right to left, and left to right. Pulling snug. And I made a mistake. All right, so out here, and I'll there. Alrighty. So we are blue and white, yellow and yellow, blue and blue, black and black, white and white, yellow and blue. All right. So this goes back here. And this goes back here. All right. So the white should be here. The yellow should be here. Yep. Alrighty. Okay. Oops, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to whack the camera there. I'm just trying to see if I can do this without undoing the whole thing. All right. So we should be black here and yellow here. So this white one needs to be here, and this blue one needs to be here, and this yellow one needs to be here, and this black one needs to be here. That is the correct color pattern. All right. And now for the acid test. How badly did I screw it up? Okay, out to in, looks good. Out to in, looks good for color match. Out to in, looks good for color match. Out to in, looks good for color match. Out to in, and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull that snug. All right. That does look like it's the right patterning on the actual braid. Do one more real quick. And out to in, 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 and out to in. Right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug. All right. Let's go ahead and raise up the bag to see how far we did for this stream. And so 1, 2, and 3. We start here, so we've done that much on this stream. Not bad. Probably about 7 inches. It's a pretty decent rate for a Maru-dai braid. Anybody need anything before I head out? Looks like we got 4 people on YouTube and 4 people on Rumble. Nobody's ranting on Rumble. Just calling that because that's what they call their chats. And so at 7 o'clock Eastern, about 6 hours from now, I will go ahead and have a takadai braiding stream. You're welcome to all join then. If you have anything you want to chat about then, please feel free to do so. Everybody have a happy day, happy braiding, and stay safe.